Hey, yo, this nigga named Chris, man. I'm sitting at this punk ass light. I said, you know what? Let me do another story time. It's not that long, but it's a celebrity-based story time again. Because let me let y'all know something. Growing up in California or any of these cities that got a lot going on, you run into people. You run into a lot. You see a lot. Now this story is about when we moved to Inglewood, because LA and Watts, Norwalk, those areas, all around the Southland, it was just getting dangerous. They stole my mom's car in the jungles, and I was just like, man, I don't respect this. You know what I mean? So we moved to Inglewood, and I went to Inglewood High. And as I was going out for track and just peeping the whole atmosphere, seeing the other side of gangbanging, of course, because Inglewood is different to me than LA. It was kind of more compact. But this is when I ran into Paul Pierce. Now, everyone knows Paul Pierce as being a champion with the Celtics. And I've seen him when he was pretty much a senior in Inglewood High. They had more than one gym. And there was always a certain gym that him and his boys would go practice in. And he probably will remember us because we used to always run in there or run through there. And people used to be like, get the fuck out of here. And we seen him. Seen him practicing. And even then, I knew that he was going to be something. I knew it just how he played. Now to this day, people say he was a blood and he was affiliated like, a lot of these NBA players think they are. Know what I'm saying? Yeah, I said it. Y'all think y'all affiliated? Or y'all getting extorted like Chris Brown whole ass? But anyway, I don't think he was a blood. I think he knew him. He was around him. He grew up. Because all of Inglewood is pretty much bloods, with the exception of a few other sets, mainly blood city, So, yeah, he probably was a product of Inglewood as far as from birth or whatever. So, yeah, I wouldn't take it from him. But at the same time, though, I'm not gonna go as far as saying he was a blood, But anyway, I seen him then, and I knew he was gonna be something. So the crazy thing was, I watched him high school at the same time, going through the shit I'm going through as a high school student. Then, the crazy thing was, at the time, I graduated and I went to music school. He went on to college, which was KU in Kansas. And the funny thing is, I had a grandmother and a couple other family members in Kansas. So when I went to visit them after school, he was there at KU, and they was winning. And if anyone knows, KU is real prestigious. They get a lot of players. You know what I mean? So it was crazy, that, okay, he was on that road, and come to find out, he ended up going to the NBA and being a star. And that's another person I could say, yeah, I've seen you. Before you was who you were. I seen you and I interacted with you. Now, let me clear this up. I'm not saying I'm friends with any of these people. I'm just saying I've seen them on their journey and my journey. And I can vouch for these people like, yeah, he wasn't no punk nigga. He wasn't conceited. He wasn't about his paper. He was about basketball. And it's crazy, like, man, like I said, I was proud of seeing all these people and then seeing how their lives unfolded. Even mine, because once you network, do not burn your bridge, man, because you'll never know. And they called LA Tinseltown at the time. They probably still do. But it's the reason they call that Tinseltown, because that town was raised on network connections. But that's how I met Paul Pierce, man. And to this day, I wish he played with the Lakers and would have brought that championship here. So we would have had the most wins, but he took it to Boston. Him and Garnett and the other one, the three-point master, Ray Allen, I think that was his name. They got the win. They beat us that year, dogged us out. But like I said, the bigger picture, man, it shaped me because usually, like people say, when you're around success, you tend to think that way and eventually it'll come your way. So I can say that's 100% true. And I got more story time, but this is just one I felt like putting out there because it's about Paul Pierce. And everybody knows who Paul Pierce is now. And he has a ring. And I'm proud to say that I interacted with him. And I got more story times coming. So with that said, let me get back on this road before I crash. And it ain't Chris.